If it was a Russian woman that did same to Ghanaian men and Kenyan men, do you think it will have the same traction, the same judgment that we are giving our women?
Yeah, I mean, you have a point. It's very interesting.
Women, if they are not in a mood to have whatever sex with you, and you ask for sex, they will decline. But men, even if you are not in the mood and woman tells you, man, I want to have sex, all of a sudden, you'll be up. So we are that cheap. We are more cheaper than women. If we want security in Ghana to be better, we have to allow these policemen to live in the community. We have to have community integration. They go to Ghana and probably maybe sleep with multiple women before they come back. But it doesn't get taped. It doesn't get recorded.
Allegedly. Based on what you're saying, allegedly, we don't have no facts about it.
Papa Shanti, don't be politically correct. We all know what happens.
Man, BB
Shanti.
you back.
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. I have life.
Where have you been?
I've been around, minding my business. What else can I do?
There's a lot going on, man.
I know. Anytime you watch the news, it makes you wonder what the next, few years are gonna be, because there's a lot going on right now, and we can only be hopeful. We can only be hopeful
Right.
that things get better. Things will be better for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think things will fall back into places, after everything. You know what I mean? But the last time you were here, we were talking about a lot of things, right? We spoke about tribalism, the effects, and all that.
Yes.
But then recently we just saw some trending issues. Not issue, but there was a dude, right, that was basically taking advantage of Ghanaian women,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, Shanti, I've seen a lot of videos about you talking about the Russian guy.
Yes.
When I first saw it, I went to Twitter just to see if I can, get like a lot of information about what was going on, because I didn't know. I first saw it on a WhatsApp platform, so I decided to just do a due diligence as a Ghanaian, just go check out what is really happening on the ground, why there's a trend. So when I saw the videos, I was surprised, that people are mad and people are just, people are judging a pretty woman in Ghana for what happened. It is something that has always been there. As Ghanaians, we all know. Even some of us, when we go to Ghana, you see what our fellow brothers do. They go to Ghana and they come back maybe. Am I allowed to say any word that I want to say?
Yeah.
They go to Ghana and probably maybe sleep with multiple women before they come back. But it doesn't get taped. It doesn't get recorded.
Allegedly. Based on what you're saying, allegedly, we don't have no facts about it.
Papa Shanti, don't be politically correct. We all know what happens. A lot of people go to Ghana and they do that anyway, but it's alleged because we haven't seen a video of them doing it. So we assume that they don't do it. So when I saw it, and especially our men are just judging and lambasting these women for doing what they did with a Russian man, I was a bit surprised, because as human beings, we all know we are not monogamous. And as men, we feel we are promiscuous. When you see skate on social media, it's all about men having multiple women, having girlfriends, having a wife, having this and that. And it's like everyone just follow that trend. Oh, remember, this is how they are.
Right.
They can't be with one woman. But naturally, women are also like that. The society that they find themselves do not allow them to really express that side of them. So that makes people think that women are not like that. but women sleep around a lot more than men.
More than men.
Yes, I mean, okay, allegedly. Allegedly,
Allegedly, yeah.
allegedly, if not like the same on the same level, women do also have, their time with sleeping around with, opposite sex, just like men do,
Right.
But because society has really made it look like only men do have that tendencies of sleeping around, we always paint a picture of men being promiscuous, but when women do it, it's like, wow, you're not supposed to do it. But it's something they've been doing all this while. But the reason why this one was trending is because we were able to see it because
Right.
the guy recorded it with his spectacle or whatever,
Yeah.
the glasses
Like
that he was wearing.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we just happens to see it happen in real life, like in real time. That's the reason why we had the opportunity to judge them. But it's something that has always been going on. So the ones that has not been recorded is more than the ones that we've been seeing.
Okay. So, but when we look at the actions, right, from the women's part, hey, my name is Kay. Come with me. And all of a sudden,
They follow him.
they follow him. Okay. I want to talk about this. You and I, we are in the diaspora,
Okay.
right? And we know how safety precaution is part of our DNA, right? So you just follow this man. He goes, he takes you to the hotel, the apartment, and then he kills you. Then what do you do?
Shanti, the where we live is different from where our brothers and sisters live back home. Here, because we watch Discovery channels, we watch these TV shows that show us how people are being killed every day on live. I mean, now that's a new term because of
Right.
So when we see how people are being killed, just for showing up, But back home, it's not like that. We don't see people just being killed because they go into people's homes or houses or they hang out with people. It's not that common. I know it happens once a while. So if you are a Ghanaian and you're a Ghanaian woman, that thing don't really come to your mind right away, because it's not something we are used to. It's not part of the culture. But here, it is part of the culture that I can just come into this home and that will be the last time anybody is going to see me, But back in Ghana, it's not like that. You can just go hang out in the night and just go home without getting killed. Probably maybe you get robbed or something else. But to get killed is not like that. So the women were not seeing him and thinking that he probably might even do any harm to them. So they wanted to have fun. And most of the videos, he was in a like Airbnb kind of environment, like it's more of like a short-term rental or like a hotel. So how do you get killed in a hotel? Because when you are going there, security will see you. Probably reception will see you too. So these are layers of security that you have to go through before you go into that person's room. So I guess that sense of urgency of their safety was not part of their thinking when they were dealing with him, because they thought he was just a tourist who just came to Ghana and he's trying to find love, and they fell for it. But okay, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting based on what you're saying, right? Also, we saw some married women in the equation.
Okay.
All right. Why? Why would you fall for that? Is it because of money? Is it because of color? Is it because of black and white? What's that? What's the issue? Why would you fall when you have children? You had kids. You had kids that you were with at the mall.
But they didn't go with the kids to the man's house or to the man's home.
She dropped the kids at home, showered.
They went to have fun. So do you think getting married alone should be enough for someone who is promiscuous to stop being, sleeping around?
I don't think so. But then what's the point of getting married?
You see, that it comes back to what I'm talking about, how society has boxed all of us into certain kind of lifestyle that we're supposed to live. Like when we started, I already said it, that as human beings, we are not monogamous. Men, we always think we are the only polygamous species, around. But women are just like us. They also sometimes feel like the way we feel when you see a woman, sometimes it's not even about love. You just want to have a one night stand, or you just want to have, your way with her just for a short period of time. Women also have that. They also see men that they feel like, wow, this guy is cute. I wish I can have a piece of him. So the fact that they are married will not change that. Because naturally, we are not made like that.
Right.
Everyone has this tendency to have multiple partners, because it's like, that's the reason why marriage struggles, because once they live with one person for a very long time, and they start thinking about, oh, I think this would be great if I go with this person, but with time, even when they go with the same person, it will still change, because once you get used to that person, you want to change. So women are also like that. They get used to men too. And like I said, women probably they even sleep around more than men do. It's just that society don't really amplify it. They don't project it for people to see. So we always feel men are the ones doing it. And we are the ones that will come out and say, be proud about it and say it loud for people to see. So them getting married and doing that does not change anything. They are just being women. But let me ask you this question.
Right.
If the Russian was a woman, okay, that went to Ghana with the same glasses, approaching Ghanaian men on the street, asking them, oh, you know what, you are cute, Shanti. Can I have my way with you? Trust me, it would have been in millions of men sleeping with that woman. Because you know how men are. You can have like 20 friends, and 20 friends will be sleeping with one woman. It's not because it's something that they plan. Oh, this woman is cheap. I already had my share. Can you also go have yours? Then, let's say Shanti will tell whoever, maybe Reverend Cash, Matthew, Eugene, Solo. He will make sure he let all of them know that there's a woman that I met in Accra Mall. She's white, she's Russian, and she's trying to have a taste of African man. So I gave it to her, and I think you can also have it too. So go have your own share. But women don't even do that. Women don't do that. She will probably tell her friends about the man that she met at the mall and say, oh, I wish the man will help me out and make my life better, but don't come close. But men will say, oh, go have your share. So we are even more cheaper than these women that we are trying to accuse. That because they slept with this Russian guy, so that's the end of their life. They are disgusting. We've never seen anything like that. So just think about it. If it was a Russian woman that did same to a Ghanaian men and Kenyan men, do you think it will have the same traction, the same judgment that we are giving our women?
Yeah, I mean, you have a point. It's very interesting in what you just put out, right? In terms of if it was vice versa, right? I mean, we will have some stupid men fall for it, but not all.
Okay, but not all women will fall for him too.
I mean, man, majority of what we saw.
Okay, let me make it simple for you. If a woman and a man, both of them are approached by their opposite sex, trying to have sex, who do you think would jump for it first? Women think before they act.
In today's generation, we don't know. Because before, let's say in maybe like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, yeah, fine. A man would jump on it.
Oh, really? So you think things has changed
with
men?
Of course.
No, I don't think so.
Nowadays, men are really thinking about money.
we've always been thinking about money.
But now it's like
We've always been thinking about
it's
money.
10x.
No, it comes with age. The money thing you're talking about is because now you growing, you are matured, so you think. But the men that are coming, the men that are younger, maybe in their early 20s, all they think about is sex. Because at that age, what do you want? You don't want to drive a Bentley, and a few of them do because of this scam thing going on. But you don't think about Bentley, you don't think about buying a house, you don't think about buying a property or whatever. All you think about is just having your way with women. So I think men, we are more on the softer side if we think about how cheap and how easy we are when it comes to somebody asking for sex.
Right.
Because even if you, let's say, women, if they are not in a mood to have whatever sex with you and you ask for sex, they will decline. But men, even if you are not in the mood and woman tells you, man, I want to have sex, all of a sudden, you'll be up. You want to do it. You understand what I mean? So we are that cheap. We are more cheaper than women. So, I mean, the truth should be told. I know you are just trying to sugarcoat it and make
No, I'm not sugarcoating.
No.
I mean, the fact is there. We saw it. We saw the video. All right.
But
I mean, based on what you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Allegedly, you saying that, okay, if it was men would have done worse than this.
Yes.
We don't know. We haven't seen it. It never happened.
Oh, so Papa Shanti, I know you have more male friends than women.
No, I have.
You have more male friends than women.
I have women friends too.
And you know how they think. No. So okay.
I have beautiful women. Friends.
Okay, do you think if it was just like I said, if it was a Russian woman and a Russian man going to Ghana to experiment, just to test the waters to see who they will sleep more with. Do you think the Russian man will sleep more with women than woman will sleep more with men?
I think if it was a Russian woman, right, with a Ghanaian man, once that Ghanaian man gets hold of that Russian woman, he's not gonna get or make her go away because Charlie, the time come. I need my visa. I need my green card.
Papa Shanti, you see, that is now in this whole scenario, the one who is in control is not you. It's not you that they are approaching. It's the person that are approaching you. So the woman has an agenda that I want to sleep with a lot of men. And you think, oh, you are in love, so I have you to myself. That's not gonna work. Especially when she's the one having the money. Like I'm the one that tells you come in. Because I have the money, I'm the one spending on you. You can't control me. I tell you, and the same thing with the man. The man was having the money, so he can tell these women, don't come to my house. Don't call me this time. I'm not in town. Maybe, and they will agree because they don't want to piss him off. And the same thing with the man. If it was a woman and she has an agenda to sleep with, so you have no control. So don't try to just maneuver the whole situation to make it look like a man will try and just take charge of the woman and make sure nobody comes close. You have no control. That decision has to be made by the woman that is on a mission to sleep with a lot of men.
All right, good. So I want to ask you this. I mean, based on what we've all seen, right? From the Russian man, our Ghanaian beautiful women, what do you think would be the advice in general, like moving forward, in how Ghanaian women should deal with foreigners or even Ghanaian men? Like, because this was so easy. Come with me. And then, boom, it happened like that.
Wow. If you think about that advice, do I even have the right to advise people, or do I have the moral grounds to do it? It's just okay. I think first of all, what the Russian guy did, recording women without their consent. I mean, of course, they've even said over and over again is wrong. You can't do that. Let them know. At least I'm recording. Are you okay with it? And they say yes. Okay, you go ahead and do it. So that one is already established. But with our women just sleeping around, I can preach it all day, and tell them you don't have to, but they will do it. But we all know that we have HIV, we have STDs and all that, around, and I don't know whether they have this mentality. They still have this slavery, master slavery kind of mentality where they see every white man as someone who is rich. And, these white men, they are just like us, some are rich, some are poor, just like we have black rich men and black poor men. We have people who are sane and those who are insane. So they should just look at them just like any other human being, just like they will see their boyfriend, someone approaching them on the street. If it was a black boy in Ghana, a black Ghanaian man approaching them, were they going to make it that easy for them, just like they made it easy for the Russian guy? Mm-hmm. If it's no, then they have to rethink, and they have to unlearn, that the white man is just like any other man that, that walks on two legs, So whenever they want to deal with people like that, they have to take caution. They just don't have to jump in and do whatever they feel, but they have to think it through.
All right, I'm gonna end this case, right? But there's one topic that trending issue that is ongoing right now in Ghana, right? Okay. That I feel like we need to look at it. God rest his soul. All right, that's Sammy Gyamfi's father-in-law.
The in-law, okay.
Yeah, God rest his soul. Mm-hmm. And so I also learned a lot of facts from it. And I was thinking, was it really a criminal attack in terms of like hijacking his track, or was it political?
Wow, I've not even thought about it from that angle, but I think it might, because they were, when you look at the trend, they were just sizing certain type of cars. The in-laws, Sammy Gyamfi's dad used to, he was driving one of those cars. So there's a possibility that they attack him not because he's Sammy Gyamfi's in-law, but because he was driving a Hilux, Toyota Hilux. We don't have it here. We have the Tundra and Tacomas. So I think it wasn't political. That's what I know for now. Nothing has really come out to say otherwise. But all we know is just a pure robbery. People just targeting Toyota cars because Africa, we love Toyotas because it's because of durability, reliability, and all that. So I guess it wasn't political. It was just robbers who happens to be on the wrong side of their robbery operation, and they got caught. They dealt with the wrong person, and they just woke the whole lion in the army of lions in Ghana to come after them. So I think that is what I would just see it. I don't see it as a political robbery or attack.
Allegedly, okay, and I'm saying again, allegedly, from my investigation and what I heard, right? Not facts, but from what I heard, they shot him in the stomach 4 times. Wow. Thigh and knee. 2. The thigh and then the knee. So that's 6 shots. So how is that a robbery? If you think about it.
Okay, you see, like you said, this is a very high.
No, this is like I'm the first person right here disclosing
that he was shot in the stomach and the leg.
Yeah.
Okay, like I don't know for a fact, and moreover, like I would just want to look at this a high profile case.
Yeah.
And I don't want to also assume and also
no, we would say. I just said it, but like I said, allegedly.
Okay.
And also, what is facts, but it's not facts.
Okay. But what if
this is assumption?
Okay, but what if he was struggling? He resisted.
You can resist, but imagine someone that is trying to rob you.
Okay.
The first thing they would do is once they have hold of you, put a bullet in your brain that say, boom, you're done.
Okay. But you and I, we are not there. You are okay. Let me also give you this scenario.
Okay.
What if maybe he also had a gun in his car? We never know. Maybe okay. It's not just like you say. Yeah, I don't know the full story.
Of a mankwa I think his name is Amankwa or something like that. Yeah, Amankwa. I mean, Found Currency. But yeah, he didn't have no gun.
Okay.
All right. So this is why it makes the investigation so beautiful.
Okay.
That now we can tie this into political affiliation.
So you think the MPP would have had a hand in doing this?
He is an MPP.
I said, Sammy Gyamfi's dad is an MPP.
No, Sammy Gyamfi's
And
in-law.
the in-law is an MPP man?
Yeah.
Okay, so you think so? Who did it? So why would they? Because an NDC man will not go killing Sammy Gyamfi's dad.
I know. But I'm saying, okay, what if, okay,
So-
we're saying the same as you saying that an MPP or NDC man will not go do it, right?
Okay.
What if?
What
Because
if what?
we've seen this great young man doing a great job.
So what is your thinking? Because I can't.
My
follow
thinking
it.
is that it could be from NDC, it could be from MPP. That's all. Both.
Okay. I mean, as humans, we are full of surprises.
Yeah.
So
We can leave it to the masses.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think it's NDC. I don't think it's MPP. You and I, we don't think it's both. But to be skeptical, right? We are looking at the other side. I mean, looking from the outside, looking in. And then once we look in and do our analysis and we ask all these questions, the who, the why, when, and how.
Okay.
Why did it happen? You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? How? How can that happen?
Okay.
You know, I also heard once the truck was bought, purchased, the day after that, that was when he got done.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we've done our investigation.
So what
here
if maybe
at
the
Ashanti Network.
dealership that they bought a car from?
We have to look there too.
Okay. So I think
Whoever-
maybe the police will have to do their investigation and
And
extend.
no, they are doing it.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you, as a political,
Okay.
we don't want to politicize this.
Exactly. We want to get to the bottom of what
But then,
transpired.
before we end this, right? We end this topic and then we'll move on to the next one. Don't you think, they've done about 9 to 11 operations confiscating, robbing people, Land Cruiser, Toyota, is it Hillis or whatever it is, the name. They've been doing it for a while. But once it got into a space where there's a public figure involved, they got caught.
Okay, so what's your question?
My question is that why is it that the police system they were not able to track all these things?
Okay, so I guess I'll help you. I mean, NDC they are doing
No.
a great job.
This is not about government.
Okay, this is not
See,
about government. But
the police institution is not tied to a specific government or
I know.
administration. One thing we need to understand.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Now, but before you answer this question, let's go and come back and then we'll answer this question. Hold on. So, like I was saying, there's no linkage between this and any political entity, which is a political party.
Because Roberts don't know if I'm an NDC or I'm MPP.
Because if they knew this was the in-law of Sammy Gyamfi, probably they would never attack this man.
But you said it's political. You said it might be political. Because he was shot multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times. 4 in the stomach. And this is like
Okay.
from close sources.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say it. I mean, people will come and then they will attack us. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. So like your question about why were they arrested or like they were able to
No, my question is they've done like over 9 operations.
they were not
Robbing people, Land Cruisers, pickup trucks, and all that.
But this particular one just
Yeah,
and then
because
the
of the
whole-
public figure involved.
yeah, it's because it became a national attention.
So then all the other ones, they never reported it.
You see, Papa Shanti, I think you are just thinking too deep. As human beings, just like recently, I mean, you know somebody that I also know that just got killed, right? But it's not all over the news. But if it was like a high-profile politician here in the country that just lost, a son, it would have been all over. Probably CNN will report it, Fox News will do it. So sometimes, and the kind of investigation that they would devote to the whole thing would change. So we just have to be realistic here. When it's just me being robbed in my small town where somewhere in Ghana, yes, we all deserve to be safe. But, once you deal with the big bosses, you have your ass whooped. So that is what it is, and we just have to face the truth and say as it is. But before we move on, you know what? I had this discussion with my friend, him, Matthew, and one time
All right.
we're talking about how security in Ghana should be better, and he made a point that if we want security in Ghana to be better, especially like the interior security, we have to allow these policemen to live in the community. We have to have community integration. Instead of having a barracks, in the night, we have policemen sleeping in the barracks. When we should have had these policemen living in communities. Let's say Bantama, if you live in Bantama or Dansuma, your next door neighbor is a policeman, just like we have here.
Right.
So if there's, sometimes maybe your neighbor might be a policeman.
Like even if this neighborhood right here, right now, we have like
4, 5,
no 8.
8 policemen. Yeah. So when somone is thinking of robbery and you see the police car, there have been times that we are driving on the road. As soon as you see a police car, you become steady. It's like, hey,
hey.
But it's just a car. There's no one in there. It's the same way you go into a community. Once you see a police car, you start behaving. So I think it's high time we just collapse all these police barracks kind of housing system. The government should just collapse it. Honorable our ministers, and I think even Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I don't know if he will hear this.
JDM.
Yes, if he should just stop. Recently, I heard they've built new homes for policemen. It's not necessary. They have to allow these policemen to live in the communities. When they start living in the communities, crime rate will come down. Because now I know we have police people living in our communities. So in the night, we don't have to go to the police station. As soon as you call whatever line you're supposed to call, there's someone next door who can be activated.
Right.
To come and rescue you.
Yep.
People will be steady. But here we live in a country whereby all these policemen live in a barrack. So when they call them, they have to come from maybe 10, 20, 50 miles away before they come and rescue you. So I think it was a laudable point that Matthew made. But I hope our president will listen, because once they get them out of the barracks, whatever money that costs the government for them to live in the barracks, they can add it to their pay so they can use it to rent. And even when they do that, they will look after their houses better than what they live in right now. Because when you go to Ghana, and most of these police barracks, it's an eyesore. It's very ugly how they live. It's very old buildings, dilapidated and all that. But once you give them the money and they rent their own space, they will be able to take good care of it. So I think this high time Ghana, we have to integrate our policemen into the community so that everybody will be much safer than we are now.
It's interesting that you said that, right? And it actually took me all the way back to last week, probably like 2 weeks ago, when we had this horrific event that occurred in the north, into Burkina Faso. We perished about 9 of Ghanaian citizens because they were traveling into
Faso.
Burkina and trading in tomatoes.
Yes.
And then the insurgents occurred. What should we do?
That's a good question. But Papa Shanti, there isn't much, because Ghana, we have our jurisdiction. In Ghana, just like we are discussing right now, internally, we can beef up our security system. But outside, once you go outside, you are basically on your own. But the only job that our security people can do is before you leave the shores of Ghana, like the border between Ghana and Burkina Faso, we have customs, we have policemen, and we have the CID, we have all those security agencies. So they will be able to tell them, hey, these places you don't have to go because it's high crime area. We have a lot of extremists that are there, and we've had report that they are killing. So that is all they can do. But if they choose to go there because maybe the tomatoes were cheaper and they can get cheaper stuff to bring and sell in Ghana, that's on them. And for us, we sit here, we don't know if they did that due diligence by telling them that, hey, that place. But when you listen to the story, you've heard that they said they always go there to buy. But anytime they see them, they let them go. Because once they tell them we are Ghanaians, we have a Ghana card, it's like, oh, once you have a Ghana card, that means you are not Burkina B or whatever. So you are not our target. They let them go. But that day was a day that they were not lucky. So even if they were stopped at the border in Tamale or like in the northern part of the
Burkina Bay border,
Boko and Wa area, that you can't go in there, they would tell them that, oh, we are not their target. So back to your question of what they can do. They can't do much. The only thing they can do is just advise them. Just like maybe United States will advise their citizens not to go to Iran or other places because it's not good, Mexico or whatever. That's all they can do, because you can't really take your policemen or security or military just to go into Burkina Faso and start fighting the extremists. You can do it maybe through the regional blocks like ECOWAS and then maybe African Union or whatever. So the only thing they can do is just advise and probably maybe give them gadgets. The drivers that drive to such places, they can give them gadgets where they can communicate like with a Ghanaian. But even with that, what can they do? Because when they go far deeper in Burkina Faso, before they get there, or maybe once they report it, Ghanaian security can also coordinate with the Burkina Faso security to go in and help.
I mean, you have a point. And, I was also thinking that, why can't we emphasize and really improve in our agriculture when it comes to growing tomatoes? Because these people were going to buy or trade in tomatoes, right?
It's cheaper. That's why they go there.
So why can we grow it? In Ghana, we have land.
No, okay. So the difference is Ghana, we have a bigger land, agricultural land, but they have a bigger arable land. And they are two different things. In terms of agricultural lands, the arable lands are lands that you can just maybe short-term kind of tomatoes, pepper, sugarcane and all that. They are better off doing that than us in Ghana. So that's why it's much cheaper over there than we have it in Ghana. So the price difference, in Ghana, looking at the way Ghana is highly expensive when you compare it to our neighbors. We are expensive for reason, maybe because we have a lot of people from different places coming in there with a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So it's all up. It has to do with the pricing. Once it's cheaper, people will just travel to go get it.
Okay, your last words.
I guess I think if the government of Ghana will hear us, I think letting the police force live within the community should be something that we have to maybe discuss in Parliament. Collapse all these police barracks. They live in prime areas in Ghana too. Rage and all those places. All those lands are very expensive lands. They can use it for something better for the people of Ghana. So once they move them, they have all this land. We can use it maybe to build museums or do something, or just so that Ghana will do better. And by doing so, we also have the country being safe, because now your neighbor is a policeman. And I guess that's all I can say for now.
Well, Bibini, I think we'll probably see you next time.
Okay.
In a few weeks or so. Thanks for coming on the pod.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. That's it.
All right.
Bye.